So you know who it is, man. It's your boy Paul. Welcome to the channel. This is the Paul and Precious channel. Like and subscribe. Hit that notification to get any of the recent videos I'm gonna post. But today's topic is Irv Gotti. You know what I'm saying? It's been a lot in the media about the things that he did on Drink Champs, and you know, Drink Champs. His episode was long as hell, man. I don't watch Drink Champs, but I did watch this episode because everybody was bashing what he said, and you know, he threw some information out there about him and Ashanti being together, you know, and shit, I didn't know that, you know. I didn't know that. I figured maybe Ja Rule and her might have been doing something, but not Irv Gotti, you know what I'm saying? But I could see the potential career move that would, not saying she did it for her career, but it's nothing but a bonus. But that's like something he was saying. But they was really saying, people were saying that it was unnecessary for him to bring that up. And when I was watching it, I didn't feel like he brought that shit up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Ashanti came up, but it was like Nore was really pushing the button on it. You know what I'm saying? But also, this man is promoting his documentary too. So, you know, it makes for the juice, but he's saying it in the documentary anyway. So, you know, people keep saying like, yeah, I understand you gotta tell your truth in the documentary. Shit. This episode of Drink Champs might be in the documentary for all you know. They could be recording that shit right now. But I don't really have all the details on that. This is just some speculation that I'm doing. But they was thrashing him in the news or in the media, just saying how, like Fat Joe was saying how he's a sucker for bringing up something 20 years ago. But that's part of that man's personal life. That's part of that man's personal life. Like, I don't see no like foul play in it because he wasn't, to me, he wasn't really dissing her. He wasn't talking shit about her, the person, or her being with him in a relationship. He was really talking shit about when they was trying to do that reunion, and she said that she didn't want no piece of that. You know what I'm saying? To me, he didn't sound like a bitter ex. You know what I'm saying? I know what that shit looks like. And he didn't seem that way to me. You know what I'm saying? But I just didn't feel like, I had to watch it first because they was making it seem like this nigga just brought her up out of nowhere. Like, she wasn't even a topic of discussion. It was just like, he was like, yeah, I used to fuck Ashanti. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't even get that vibe. He was more on the case of they was together, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of her success came from not just him, but her being within Murder Inc. You know what I'm saying? He did say that shit like, yo, they made her. And truth be told, that's the truth, because nobody knew about her until she was making that song with Ja Rule. You know what I'm saying? And once niggas seen her with Ja Rule, it was like, okay, let's go ahead and put Ashanti out. You know what I'm saying? But you know, niggas is like, he lying about messing with her, and you know, I don't know if she's denying it or not, but I believe him. You know what I'm saying? I totally believe him because you really don't know what goes on behind the scenes at these with these record labels. You know what I'm saying? But even Fat Joe said that he didn't really see them together, but he can't say that they wasn't messing around. You know what I'm saying? But why would that man need to lie about something like that? Because it's not going to really shit on her career. You know what I'm saying? And it's not really going to give him the big ups because he laid Ashanti. You know what I'm saying? So just on what people are saying, I had to go check it out because it was wild. I did watch. I watched almost the whole thing. I think I didn't. I think I stopped. Oh, you know what? I probably watched the whole thing. I was thinking I stopped 20 minutes before it was over, but I think I went through the whole thing. And like he brought up Ashanti a few times, but he really got to the nitty gritty of it because I guess they've been kind of feuding. And his last thing was when she didn't want to do the reunion tour. You know what I'm saying? And that he said that scarred him, which I can understand. If a nigga bring you out, I'm not saying she was in the dirt, but he making you famous, and you get famous under this label, and that's the label you was rocking with for a long time before you decided to split and do your own thing. You gotta show some way of dedication or to honor where you started. It's kind of like when you don't give credit to your mom or your dad for raising you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta give the credit to them because you wouldn't be who you are without them. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta give credit when it's due. Even if she didn't want to throw up the Murder Inc., she probably should have did a couple songs. You know what I'm saying? Or at least been there to support. But the reason she probably wasn't there to support is because, hey, she was messing with Irv Gotti, man. And, when the relationship ends, I ain't even saying that the relationship ended in a bad way. But when it ends in a fucked up way, or even on a term that the other didn't accept. Just like he said that he found out, I don't know if he was with her, but the way that he made it seem is that they were still together. And he found out when he was watching the basketball game. You know what I'm saying? That Nelly and Ashanti came in that bitch and everybody was just like, hooray. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody know about Ashanti and Nelly because that shit was public for a minute. You know what I'm saying? But, he probably, I don't even think he went too far when he was talking about it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the details of him, how he found out between Nelly and Ashanti, you probably didn't need all that. You know what I'm saying? But, like, when he was talking about making songs, and some of the songs that are hits for her, you know what I'm saying? Said that they was coming from a good place because they was in love. He loved her, she loved him, and that's how the magic happened. But he could have spared some of them details. Like, they just got done having sex and he was taking a shower. Now that probably was a bit extra because niggas don't need to know all that shit. You know what I'm saying? They don't need to know that, oh yeah, we was fucking. I went in the shower, washing my balls and my dick, and then I just came up with the beat, went to the studio. Like, nah, we don't need to know all that shit. Like, nobody cares where you could have just said the inspiration came from the love between you two. That's how you could have left it. You know what I'm saying? So if they saying that's extra in that reference, I get that, because that's too many details. You feel me? Just like whoever she with now is probably like, fuck that nigga, dog. You know what I'm saying? Because he being too descriptive, Like, you don't do that. That's probably what Fat Joe meant when he said on some sucker shit. Because, like I said, even me thinking about it now, that shit, it makes it unnecessary. Like, I don't want to know about what you did with her in y'all private time. You could have left that part out and said you came up with it in the shower. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, it is what it is. But the way that they bashing this man, I don't feel that it's necessary. Just like when he was saying the B word, bitch a lot. I don't really think he was like saying it in reference to her. as many times as he said it. Now I know a couple of them was probably for her, but you know, I don't think it was really. I think it was more towards the people she rocking with now. You know, when she want her masters and she want this. You know what I'm saying? Because he said that he felt like other people were saying that it's not a good look for her. And that shit, you know, it might be true. What he was going through, a little tax thing. You know, you don't want your career to get messed up because they thinking that you a part of some shit that you're not. But look, if you're really not a part of it, it shouldn't be a problem. You know, I think the only nigga that went to jail was Ja Rule, right? I don't know if Irv And Ashanti went to jail though. Like I said, I don't have all the pieces to the puzzle, but I just really wanted to get my input on it because, you know, when people tell stories and it's believable, you don't know what to think sometimes. Just like, did he exaggerate some things? Probably. But as far as him saying that he was with Ashanti, I don't think he was making that shit up. That shit sounds as authentic as if y'all ever heard the Young Jock story about T-Pain. That shit sounded so real. You know what I'm saying? To the point where when they interviewed the other niggas that was involved in the story, you know, they didn't disagree with it. You know, but they didn't want to be like, yeah, that happened. But they didn't deny that that could have happened. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel in this situation, man. You know, what does he have to gain by saying that that's what he did? But what does he have to lose by saying it either? Because it's not like Ashanti's Beyonce. Now, if he was saying that he was fucking with Beyonce a long time ago, then yeah, niggas gonna be like, wait a second, she was never on Murder Inc. You know what I'm saying? But that ain't the case. You know? And then that would have just been disrespectful to Jay-Z. So, you know, what he has to gain by that? A feud. You know, putting somebody else's name who's bigger than yours on the table, and niggas is trying to see if that's true or not. But with Ashanti, I don't feel like that's the route that he was taking. So, you know, as far as the interview goes, it wasn't bad. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't bad at all. Learned some things. He was talking about a lot that he's doing. You know, a lot. He talked about some past situations that nobody really knew about. So if you get a chance to watch the Drink Champs thing, man, if you haven't already, before you come across this video, I would recommend it if you got the time and the patience to listen to it, because he really didn't start talking about Ashanti until like an hour in. You know what I'm saying? But it was like he would talk about her a little bit, and then they would talk about something else. Then they really started to talk about it when they was talking about her trying to get her masters back. And he made a good point about that too, where, you know, he didn't want to give the masters back because he helped create the songs that she made. Even though she wrote them, he was a part of the process. And once you take your masters, he doesn't get any money from the magic you made together. So I can understand that. But I can understand why she want her masters too, because she's trying to tap into them hits. You know, and if you can't go out and make hits on your own, then it's really a problem. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I think in the long run you set yourself up for failure if you don't do it right the first time around. But it doesn't mean you can't get it right later. So, you know, like and subscribe to the channel, man. Hit that notification to get more of my videos. And in the comment section, man, tell me what you think. Tell me what your opinion is on him exposing the goods on him and Ashanti. Like, was he wrong? Because I don't think he was, but, you know, maybe y'all got a better point than I do. So, On that notion, man, I'll see y'all next time. I'm out. You gotta hit the record button. See it? It's on the edge of the camera. You was right in front of it.
I stop it?
No. See the record button right here?
Oh, that's it.
You hit that.